All right, you guys, welcome. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here at this exhibitor orientation. We hope this answers some questions for you as you get ready for a week and 2 days from now, which is not scary. It's not scary. Um, oh, sorry, I have to push OK on my phone here. Um, so, welcome. Thank you for being here. This meeting is being recorded, and we will send out a link to it afterwards if you want to review anything, or in case somebody misses it, you can obviously share it with the other people who will be with you on site there. So, um, before we get started, oh, somebody drew on my screen. Before we get started, um, we want to do a couple introductions here. There's a few more people coming in too here, um, so first things first, introduction. So my name is Charla. I'm with the Florida Recreation and Park Association, and I'll be kind of leading the way here this morning. Feel free to jump in and ask questions at any time. We're here to help you. We have a couple other FRPA staff members here. We have Eleanor Warmack, who is our CEO. So you will see her on site, I'm sure. And then we have Blair Bennett, who must have jumped off to answer the phone because she's really good at making sure she answers the phone. But you'll see her pop back on here where that FRPA logo is, and we'll make sure she gets to say hi as well. Blair will be the face that you will see when you arrive. So she'll probably be the first one that you see. And then you will also see some of our fantastic volunteers, Maria Levia, or Maria Jolly, sorry, and then Howard Dessler. So those are our sub chairs this year for our exhibit hall. They are serving on our conference committee for this year, and they'll be there to also help you with anything that you need as you get checked in. Some of you may also be familiar with Steve Cox. He's our board liaison for this committee, and he'll also be in the area of the exhibit hall, kind of helping out as well. Let me see if I can clear these. I can't figure out how to clear those annotations. Oh well, okay. Okay, there we go. So feel free to ask any of us any questions once we get on site there or even beforehand. The best way to reach us right now is via email. So if you have Blair's email, no doubt. So you can always shoot her an email and ask a question. You can always send Eleanor or myself an email as well, and we'll try to get you questions answered as soon as possible. But hopefully this will answer most of your questions as we go along. Okay, so first up, we're just going to talk about what to pack. How do I close all this stuff? There we go. What to pack. So make sure, first things first, that you have your ID on you when you arrive. You are going to have to show a photo ID to be able to get your name badge when you check in. And we're going to go over like where all that is and everything here in a minute. But you will have to have your photo ID. So make sure you have that. Spread the word. Tell the other people that are in your company with you that you need to have your ID with you. Also, make sure you bring your business cards. It's not a bad thing to remind you. I always forget mine, so write it down now so you remember your business cards. One thing we ask you not to bring is any friends. So please make sure that anybody that you are bringing with you has been placed on that badge request form and sent to Blair so that we make sure we have everybody on the list that's supposed to be there. We do not do any kind of day passes or sell any kind of passes on site there. So just try to, tell your friends they have to stay home this time. But bring your work friends as long as they're on the badge request form. Another thing you might want to keep in mind is on the Monday evening after the exhibit hall opening hours close, there is a social. So, and you're welcome to come to that. You will just have to have your exhibitor name badge on. So make sure that you have that with you at all times. I'm probably going to repeat that like 15 times during this. But you'll just need your name badge on, but you might want to bring some comfy clothes for that. There is a comedian, and we're just going to have kind of a fun time laughing and spending time together. And then if you are still around on Wednesday, we have another social that evening, and that is a celebrate the decades kind of thing, a rock the clock. So you can feel free to, we have some sponsors that'll be kind of there for that, but you are also welcome to attend both of those. And you can dress in your favorite decade, whatever that may be. We even have some decorations from the 2000s, if that doesn't scare anyone, because that scared me when I saw them. Like, what? That's a decade we celebrate now? Scary. So that's kind of a little snapshot of what to pack and bring with you. I see Blair popped back on here. Blair, if you want to wave. So that is Blair. That's the friendly face that you will see when you come in to check in. And that's the one who's been emailing you incessantly as well. So also, on that note, if you want to just make sure that your certificate of insurance has been turned in, that's usually the last thing we're kind of grasping for as we lead up to the event. And Blair has been working with our contacts on that. But if you want to check with your main contact just to make sure that that has been taken care of, we unfortunately will not let you set up unless we have that current COI on file. So if you want to go ahead and kind of jump ahead of that and make sure that we've got it, that would be really great. And I do see some chats. Maybe somebody could help me. Oh, there's good mornings. Thank you. Good morning. All right. So next up, we're going to talk about arrival. So this particular map is for people that do not have a giant like truck that you're unloading. This is for our people that can carry things in or maybe roll things in a small cart. And do not worry, you will receive this in an email here in the next week, along with the link to this recording that'll have this map on it and those particulars about loading in. Using this map, you would come in the front doors there. I wish I could see if you can't see my mouse, can you? No. You would come in the front entryway. There is a gate, and you'll go through the gate and kind of circle around the big towers where the hotel rooms are. And then the conference center kind of lays all around back of that in an L shape. The Palms Ballroom is where that red arrow with the yellow line around it is. That is where the exhibit hall will be. You can enter through the double doors. There's a bunch of sets of doors on the front of that building, and you may park in this parking lot and enter through those doors to bring either your handheld items in or a small cart. You will have the small cart cannot have more than 150 pounds on it. Um, and yeah, it needs to have, those like kind of rubbery wheels, nothing that's going to scratch up the floor. So it's marble right when you walk in those doors. So we try to be very careful and be good stewards of the space that we're using. So just kind of keep that stuff in mind when you start dragging things in through those doors. You'll come in through those doors and then you'll actually check in the Palms Ballroom, kind of in the corner that is closest to the rest of the conference building there. So it's kind of tucked into the corner of the ballroom itself. You'll enter the doors and you'll go to the right, basically. And we'll have volunteers all around that'll help direct you to that space. You'll come to the check-in table, and that's where you'll present your ID and get all the things that you need. We do suggest that instead of like bringing all your stuff in, go ahead and go in and check in, figure out where your booth is in the hall, and then go back out and get your items and bring them in if you're coming in this way. That way you're not wandering all over, getting frustrated, dragging things behind you, and you have to go all the way back where you came. Just come on in, we'll get you where your booth is, and then you can unload from there. You will be given your name tag, your name badge at that point. From that point on, you do need to have that on anytime you come or go out of the exhibit hall. We understand some of you are setup, are just coming in for the setup. You'll be given a temporary badge. You will also have to show an ID, but you'll be given a temporary badge that you will then turn back into us at the end when you're done unloading and helping everything get set up. That setup time starts at 8 a.m. on Monday, August 25th. So you can come in as early as that, unless you've made other arrangements with us. We have a few of those larger playground companies that are setting up like big rig items. They will be unloading on Sunday afternoon. So if that is something that you definitely need to make arrangements with us with, and you have not done that yet, make sure that you reach out to us as soon as this thing is over, and we'll start working on that with you. But other than that, setup starts at 8 a.m. We want you to be set up by, I think we have 2 p.m. We do have a little like relaxation station kind of area set up outside of the exhibit hall area in the hallway there where you'll enter. And that'll have water and sodas and some tables set up so that if you're not actually staying on site at the hotel, you can go out there and relax, answer emails, do whatever you need to do. That being said, if you are staying at the hotel and you come through the parking gate, um, just after you check in with us at the exhibit hall, walk back up to the lobby and get your hotel room key, because that will be how you come and go out of the parking gates. If you're not staying on site with us, you'll park, but you'll scan a QR code at our registration area, and we'll have one of those at the exhibit area check in as well. And that's how you'll pay for your parking, and you'll be able to come and go with that code from there. So just kind of keep that in mind. That'll help you not have to pay a whole bunch for parking. If you aren't staying with us at the hotel, daily parking is $17.50. So next is if you have a large amount of stuff that you need to offload. We do have access to a loading dock around the back of the building. You will again come through the front gate, the front entrance, and then that gate there. And then you'll kind of circle around, and you'll get this map. So it's kind of hard to explain in words, but you'll kind of circle around the building in the front part of the building and then line up back there at the back of the Palms loading dock. You will, again, the same check-in things will be required from there. You'll have to go in and check in the Palms ballroom, but you'll have security, the hotel security back there, as well as Gulf Coast Expo, helping to kind of facilitate that drop off. So it could be that to make things move faster and to not have people sitting in their hot cars waiting, we will ask you to pull up, drop your stuff, go park your car, and then come back and get your stuff, kind of a thing. So just try to go with the flow there. We last year had a really great experience. Everybody moved fairly quickly. We were able to get people in and out. It does help to have those of you that can walk through the front doors with your items do so. But if you do need to go in the back there, just remember, try to be patient and know that we're working as fast as we can to get you all loaded in there. And on that note, you have likely gotten an exhibitor kit from Gulf Coast Expo. That is who we work with on actually setting up the physical location of the exhibit hall. Make sure that you check that out. The main contact on the contract received that. So that is where you will order things like electric if you need it, any of that additional stuff that you might need. I'm sorry, this switched. Your booth does come with one 6-foot table that is draped with a black cloth, 2 chairs, a waste basket, and then sides, like the 2 sides and then the back, draped with black cloth. So I think we used black and cream this year. So those are kind of the accent colors, just so that you have that in mind. I think that's it on dropping off and unloading. Again, if you need, offloading. So when you leave, you'll follow these same instructions, but in reverse. You can start loading out at 12:30 once the exhibit hall closes on Tuesday. Our hours are 9 a.m. to noon on Tuesday. So you'll just work in reverse from there. We ask that you don't bring your car up and then unload your booth into your car, get all your stuff together, and then, bring your car when you have all of your things together. And again, you'll work with hotel security and Gulf Coast on that loadout at the loading dock itself. What was I just going to remember? Okay, let's just keep on going here. Once again, if you need to load in on Sunday, now is the time to tell us that so we can make those arrangements. This is the whole layout of the whole resort there. So the towers, the bottom of the page is like the front of the hotel, essentially. The towers in the lobby are that first little round situation of buildings. The lobby is right up front. You'll go to the left of all of that to find the conference center in the Palms Ballroom. Fairly easy. If you look it up on a map, you'll see it. It's fairly easy to get in there. You can also look for a giant banner that we'll have up, hopefully, that says welcome on it, and it has the FRPA logo. That'll help you know that you're in the right place. Okay. One thing I did not mention, as you are setting up, remember that we do not allow tape to be put on the carpeting. This hall is carpeted already, so that's not something that you have to worry about purchasing through the expo company. But if you bring your own carpet, you have turf or whatever, we do not allow tape to be put down on the floor. So just keep that in mind, please. We've had bad experiences. Okay, this is the event app. So this is the question we're probably getting the most about right now from our exhibitors, and that's the lead generation. This is where you will do that. That's where this option is for our show. You can go ahead and scan that. That'll take you right to your app store, whichever phone device you have. And you'll search for, well, no, you don't even need to search. This should go straight to Event Central. And then once you get it downloaded, you'll look for FRPA, and that will get you to the FRPA event app. And then you'll download it. And if you will log in using the email address that you received the invite to come to this at. So conceptually, all of you that received this invitation to come to this orientation have already been loaded into the app, and you just need to use that email address. Some of you, if you've used the app previously, you may already have it downloaded, so you would use that same account. You'll just use the change event option if it's given you a hard time. We have used the same app for many years now, so you would see a bunch of our conferences lined up in there. So you would just change the event to the 2025 conference. I'm going to share my my phone screen and just show you a little bit of the app itself, because we want you guys to be successful in being able to use this. So give me just 1 second here. Screen. The main contact, as well as you all, have been again added to this app and linked to the to your specific company in the app. So you saw that the little FRPA down there in the bottom right corner, that's what the app icon will look like. And you'll just click it open. It'll generally default to the dashboard page, and that'll be where you have any of your agenda items that maybe you've selected from the schedule. Will be any messages that you've been like direct messages you've been conversing in will be right there, as well as notifications should be right there as well. The next little icon over on the bottom is the schedule. So those are the different sessions. We have the exhibit hall listed in there. This is where attendees can just add everything to their schedule for their ease. And that middle button there is our exhibitors. So that's your main list right there. You will notice that everybody's listed there. Attendees can use the little check mark next to the exhibitor to check off who they want to go visit. So we're encouraging them to kind of make those selections now so they can check it off if they want to visit them, and then they can check it again if they did visit them, which is kind of cool. So you will find your company and you can check out the information that has all been listed in there. Your main contact does have the access and the information to edit this. So if you see anything that you want edited, you can ask them to go ahead and out of the way, sorry, take care of that for you. And yeah, so, and I'll actually show you on the web page here in a second too, where you can go in and get some of that information. So that's where you're all listed. To use the lead generation part and or the business card kind of swap part, because you can do this also with other exhibitors, you can swap business cards. You'll use the more option. And then this big pink button in the bottom right that says scan QR code. So you can see Blair and I are assigned as the people on the Florida Recreation and Park Association's one so that we could show you this. And so I scanned Blair's QR code as a lead. And so she is showing up right here as my most recent lead. The way that you scan other people is by pushing this new scan, and then it'll show up the camera there, and then you can scan their thing. And if you want to share your business card, then you push in the top right corner, that little QR code looking thing. That's your personal QR code. So if you are instructing a delegate how to share their information, that's how they'll do it. Scan QR code and then that little QR code symbol up there. We have put all this information in our on-site booklet for this year. So we'll make sure that you get, when we send you this follow-up, we'll tell you what page that is on so that when you get on site, you can maybe just tell people, hey, it's on page blah, 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 and this is how you do it. So we're trying to encourage them to use this option more and more and more. In recent years, it has been used more and more. So you guys blow it out of the water this year. I believe in you. All right. So, and then as you collect business cards, also in the More tab here, you'll go to Registrant Bag, and that's where you'll see your check-ins or any check-ins you've done, but then it'll also list any other like leads that you have from your QR code or someone else's QR code. Okay, let me stop sharing that. If you have any questions or need help with any of that on site, you can always come to the registration, like the conference registration area. And we have some people who are assigned just to help with the app, and we can definitely help you with that. So just let us know. Now let me show you real quick just the web page version. Let's do another screen share. So there's also a web version because some people don't have access to a mobile device for these types of things. So this is the web version of that app. Plan event and then exhibitors is where you all are located once again. Sometimes when you search for your company, it may be that it's on like a second page, like the S's, for example. There's a lot of S's, so it sets them into two separate pages. So you may want to just make sure that you're on the correct page. You'll click into your company, and then you all should have this option of edit underneath the name of your company. And this is where you can find your contact leads list, anybody that has asked to be contacted further through the app or through the QR code they scan of yours. And then this is where QR leads is where you will find anybody who has checked in or you've scanned their QR code. And it'll download into I think it's a CSV or an Excel file, and you can use it from there. You can always also follow up with us after the conference and just let us know if you're having a hard time accessing this information, and we'll pull it for you and send it to you in an Excel spreadsheet. But it makes it pretty easy. Let me get back out of this now. So yeah, okay, back to our presentation. Okay, kind of a little bit what to expect. Does anybody have any questions so far? No? Okay. Wait, let me see. Okay. So badges, once again, you need to have your badge on at all times. Please bring it with you. We don't want to have to send you back to your hotel room to get your badge when you're coming in the door. Just make sure that you have it on you, especially because you guys are allowed in like 20 minutes before everyone else during those scheduled open times. So we want to make sure that we get you in there and we don't waste your time. So make sure you have your badge on you. Any substitutions must be made by the end of this week. We have to have those. We have literally already printed badges, but if you have a last minute substitution, it needs to be done by tomorrow, right? Tomorrow's Friday, tomorrow. So make sure you double, triple check that and get those in to us. One more time, please don't invite anybody else to come. You guys have invested a lot of money into this. Your companies have invested a lot of money, and we try to respect that. We fully vet everybody that has been placed on your badge request forms to make sure that they do in fact work for your company and don't sell products or services in another form or fashion to park and recreation people and are trying to like sneak in. So we are very strict about it, as some of you probably already know. So just be respectful of that. And we're happy to invite them next year to be a part of the show. We have a bigger exhibit hall coming up. So make sure you send them our way and we'll make sure they get that 2026 information. The exhibit hall hours, like I said, Monday evening from 4 to 7 p.m. There is a social ride after that you're welcome to join us at. And then Tuesday morning from 9 a.m. to noon. There is food in the exhibit hall. Each of those experiences have food. So Monday evening there'll be some like dinner items. They're like hors d'oeuvres. So I'm not sure you can make a whole meal out of it, although I know some people will try. But you can definitely get pretty full. And then Tuesday morning there'll be some breakfast items, especially along with coffee. Um, there are cash bars in there. If you are looking to have any kind of food or drink in your booth, that does need to go through the hotel. So we need to know that pretty much yesterday. So if that's something you're planning on, make sure that you let us know and we'll get you in contact with our hotel contact so that you guys can get that all set up. Um, there on Monday, there are some options on site for lunch. There's the Calypso Cafe, and there's a market at the Carib now. It's a 24-hour. No, it's not 24-hour. It's a long time open market. So you can go grab a sandwich or a pizza or something from there. So definitely some options on site for you to have lunch on Monday. On Tuesday, when it's time to close up, we do ask that you do not start packing anything up before noon. It just looks bad and it makes people leave the exhibit hall. So please try to hold off until that noon time, and then we'll let you start loading out at 12:30. And then next year, like this year, we will be doing a lottery. So we, if you get your contract into us by Monday, August 25th at 5 p.m. for the 2026 show, we will put you all in a bucket and then we will draw people out one by one, or companies out one by one. And that's the order you will be able to choose your booth in. So we should have that contract out to you here in the next week. We hope to get it in your hands as soon as possible, but we are waiting for our final like layout so that we can make sure you have that before making a decision. But just keep an eye out for that so that we can get you in that 2026 show. It is fun. We will draw the names on Monday evening starting at 6 p.m. once we have everybody in the bucket. And we'll do that right out in front there. I know that there's a lot going on in the exhibit hall, so I don't think you guys want to leave your booth to come out there and see it, but we will have you all listed on a big poster as you leave that evening. So you'll see what number order you were drawn in. So kind of fun. Let's see what's next. We do have a service project this year. Our committee tries to find an organization that is kind of like-minded in the park and recreation world, something that supports the community. And this year they've chosen United Against Poverty. And this group helps people year round, but they also put together kits for after natural disasters like hurricanes. And so that's super close to all of our hearts here in Florida. There's almost always a hurricane pending when we go into conference time. So this year, the committee decided they wanted to put together kits for those emergencies. So feel free to bring some of these items. This information is on our website, and we'll make sure it's in that last email that we send you also, so that maybe you can bring some of those items with you. The donation table will be over by the conference registration area, so feel free to drop that off. And then United Against Poverty is also providing us with a link that you can do some on-site giving as well. So that option will be available to you as well. So we appreciate any help you can give in the service project area. And yeah, let us know if you have any other questions on that, and or if you have any questions in general. Anybody? I do see a chat here. Parking has been challenging. Yes. So there are not multiple events going on at the same time while we're there this year. Yay. There was a very large event there at the same time as us last year, and I know that got a little backed up. So we don't anticipate it being as bad. As you know, there's two gates. There's one on one side of the hotel and one on the other. Do keep in mind that other gate on the far side. Sometimes you can get over there and maybe get out a little bit quicker, but yeah, they have put in also this new QR code type thing. So hopefully everyone will have prepaid before they get to the gate, and all they're doing is scanning something before they leave. If we do get that link ahead of time, we'll make sure that we include that in the final email to you so that those of you who aren't staying on site can prepay for your parking as well. That would be very helpful. We do not have a golf outing at our conference this year. There's not a golf course on site for this one, but I don't, maybe next year you can go golfing because we'll be at a beautiful golf course. And yes, we will be sending out a copy of this recording. We definitely want everyone to have as much information as we can give you. Um, the as far as the lottery drawing for 2026, we will be sending it to you via email, and then you can return it either via email or hand it to us at the conference. Preferably, you will email it to us ahead of time. That kind of lets us keep track of it also, like digitally. That's very helpful. But if you're just all caught up in the excitement of on site, we're definitely going to take it from you on site if you want to give it to us. And we'll have some blank copies there as well. Right. Any other questions? Well, if you have any, of course, reach out to us. We're here to help. We want this to go well for you. We want it to go well for us. We're excited that you have decided to join us for this exhibit hall. We hope that you will join us for many years to come. And if you need anything, let us know. Have a great day.